And it's the Project Game Day halftime show brought to you by Glory Days Grill and Underdog Fantasy Football. Ravens Steelers tied at 3 after, when I think about all the halves of football that I have witnessed in my life, I can only describe that as by far the most recent. Ugh. That is gross. Bless any of you that paid money to witness those proceedings. No matter who you're rooting for, I feel sorry for you. That was truly one of the most horrendous things that I have ever seen in this stadium. What is there to say about it? I don't know. The weird part being, here we are at 3-3, and given what's happening in Jacksonville, there is life. There's no reason to feel good about the Ravens' chances, but there's life. There's a possibility that they could at least stay alive for a little bit. I don't know. I have no clue what to make of it because it's just so bloody bad, man. It's just so bloody bad. And yeah, they absolutely should have had the touchdown. Hollywood Brown definitely should have caught that ball. There's no question about it. It doesn't absolve the fact that Tyler Huntley's certainly not playing well today, but they started moving him a little bit with his feet there on that final possession. I would be doing much more of that. He did have one good throw to the outside earlier in the half, but for the most part, look, the verdict's out on Tyler Huntley. He's not a good downfield thrower of the football. It's okay. He's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's a backup quarterback. And he can do a lot of other things, and he gets the ball out quickly, and he's got some elusiveness, and so those are good things. Those are good things. He's not a good downfield thrower of the football, so you're limited. You're limited in what you could do. There are arguments the Steelers' run defense is so bad that no matter how incapable you are of running the football, you should have been trying to run the ball better today. No, I disagree with that. I think that there's something to be said for the idea that they are so bad at stopping the run that you should have been more aggressive in trying to successfully run the ball in the first half. Thankfully, Ben Roethlisberger can't throw the football downfield either. So thankfully, you still have a chance. Kind of plain and simple. You do, because that dude can't do it either. I don't know which one of them is better at throwing the football downfield, genuinely. They both made one nice throw in the first half. Downfield, really downfield. I'll get to some comments. It's unpleasant. It's unpleasant. Obviously, the bigger story is right now the Jaguars inexplicably, in that reminder that the NFL does not make sense. And when you think you have things figured out, I promise you do not. The Jaguars lead 13-3, which guarantees nothing. Nothing at all. I would still probably bet on the Colts winning that game. I would not any longer bet that I'm going to cash on my ticket for them to cover. Coming up later on this afternoon, the New England-Miami game, which is still significant, and obviously tonight's game between the Chargers and the Raiders remains significant as well. All right, some of your comments from Richard. Well, the Ravens defense has shown up today. It helps to not be playing against a team that has a vertical threat. I'm not trying to disparage the Ravens defense, but we know their problem is in their secondary. And when your secondary is the problem, it's really nice to get to face a team that doesn't have a quarterback that can throw the ball downfield. It's just reality. Reality is, if that's your weakness, good news, this is not the team that's going to be exploiting it. They don't have a quarterback who can do that. So it helps. And it was part of the reason why he said, hey, on paper, there's perhaps a good matchup here for the Ravens if they're going to find out a way to win a football game. From Ben, these boys can't catch. Yeah, Tyler had that touchdown. Yes, should have been a touchdown, no question. Marquise Brown should have caught that ball. Undoubtedly, he was there. The ball was there. It's not an easy catch to make because it's to your side, but it's a catch any NFL receiver has to make. There's no question about it. Jeff, I'm not sure if that half was better than watching paint dry. I've never sat down. I've never had the pleasure of sitting down and watching paint dry, but I don't know how it could be worse. It was miserable. It was woeful watching that. Woeful watching that half of football. From Brian, I don't understand what this is. Mr. Radcliffe, my high school math teacher. I'm very loyal to coaches, but time to replace Greg Roman. Run the ball on the 3. I guess the question was, which play do you want them to run the ball? Like on the final one, they can't. As was well pointed out by the CBS announcers, there was 19 seconds left and they didn't have any timeouts. So they didn't have a choice. The one before that, the play worked in the end zone. Marquise Brown was there. So, I don't know. Will Giro got to go. It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, this is what we do. This is who we are. We'll never stop. I mean, I get it. If I went and saw Eve 6, I'd want them to play inside out. Jeff, Ben and Benny Snell aren't a great recipe for Steelers success, thankfully. Yeah, it certainly helps on top of the fact they don't have a quarterback. It helps that Najee Harris got hurt as well. That certainly improves your chances. And yes, John Colson, to be fair to both quarterbacks, it's 36 degrees and raining. I hear you. Like, I do hear you, but it doesn't change. It's not like today was the day that we learned that these quarterbacks couldn't throw the ball downfield. Ben Roethlisberger hasn't been able to throw the ball downfield in a while. Tyler Huntley has had, 2 good downfield throws since he became this team's quarterback? And again, when people hear these things, they think you're knocking him. I like Tyler Huntley. He is a deserved backup quarterback in the NFL, and it's a very good story. What he's been able to do as an undrafted free agent to become a backup quarterback in the NFL, but he's not a downfield thrower of the football. That's the reason why he's not an NFL quarterback, like a starting quarterback, a real quarterback. He's not a downfield thrower of the football. He has other skills that can give you a chance. And they've had chances, obviously. But if you have to throw the ball downfield, it's just not something that he can do. KZ, I know very little about football, but the Steelers' defense is awful versus the run. And the Ravens can't, but to not try is sad. And the Steelers are awful as well. Just here so I don't get fined. By the way, Taylor has 8 carries in the first half. Taylor? Jonathan Taylor. There you go. That's who I'm trying to tailor. You think of the other game. I'm like, who in this game is named Taylor? Jonathan Taylor has 8 carries in the first half, which shows everyone is nuts. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on in that game. I haven't been able to watch any of it. I'm watching this game, so I can't speak to that, the circumstances and what's happening there, anything along those lines. Do I think they should try to run the ball more? Probably. Do I have any reason to believe that it's actually going to produce success? No, not really. I get the thought. The Steelers are bad defending the run. They are. You're right. They're a bad team at defending the run. So I get the thought. I do. But do I have any faith at all that the Baltimore Ravens are going to be able to run the football against anybody? Nope. Could you do it just to do it? Yep, 100%. Do I fault them for not? I can't. They're not good at it. It's not a skill they have. Free Prochet. Sure. Sure. Free Prochet. Why not? Jeff, why didn't they have a timeout? ? Greg Roman. What? I don't know what you're saying, Jeff. You're saying that Greg Roman wasted the timeouts? Well, they were taking timeouts because they had the ball with 30 seconds left. It's probably Greg Roman's fault, though. I get it. Everything is Greg Roman's fault. It's raining today, and that's Greg Roman's fault. I understand. That's the way it works. We've just identified it. That's all we can do. What's happening today? Well, Greg Roman sucks. You overcooked dinner tonight. Greg Roman's fault. I just get it. That's all we've got. I went and saw Larry the Cable Guy once. It's a true story. I actually did. I'm not proud of it, but I went and saw Larry the Cable Guy. And I realized that's all he had. He wasn't really funny. He just had get her done. That's what he had. And that's what we have now as Ravens fans. We have Greg Roman. It's it. That's the only thing we've got. Greg Roman. What happened? Greg Roman. 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 That's all we know how to do. I mean, you don't like him. I get it. You don't like him. Will, ugly with a capital U. Glad I'm home on the couch. I mean, my wife was offered free tickets on Friday. Friday, she was offered free tickets. She's like, yeah, go. 20 minutes later, she's like, nah, I don't think I want to. I don't blame her. I don't blame anybody who didn't go to this football game. Don't blame them at all. From Nick Kelly, I'm out of Glory Days Smoky Thigh Wings. And all I have to look forward to is the Terps game. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, it's probably not going to be pleasant either. All right, we'll come back and get you ready for the start of the second half. It's the Project Game Day halftime show. The Ravens and Steelers knotted up at 3. Come in for Glory Burgers, Glory Wings. There's glory for everyone at Glory Days Grill. Enjoy their award-winning burgers, ribs, and wings, or try our fresh salads, hand-cut salmon, or our scrumptious sandwiches. Yum! Come in for our daily specials every weekday, like $6.99 burgers on Mondays and $5.99 nachos on Thursdays. And watch football on their big screens every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. Dine in and let us serve you, or order online at glorydaysgrill.com and take it home. Visit us at glorydaysgrill.com for a location near you. Glory Days Grill, great food, good sports.
The latest issue of Press Box is available now, and it's our very special annual Best of issue. On the cover, we celebrate Justin Tucker as our Mo Gabba Sports Person of the Year, honoring his historic on-field achievements, but also the unprecedented relationship he shared with Baltimore. Inside, we recognize the top people, performances, and moments of 2021, including Cedric Mullins' incredible season and the dominance of local Paralympic athletes. Press Box is available for free at over 500 area locations, including 60 Royal Farm stores. And you can always find the entire edition, as well as the best daily coverage of the Orioles, Ravens, and Terps at PressBoxOnline.com.
Sports fans, the wait is over. The all-new FanDuel Sportsbook is now open at Live Casino and Hotel in Hanover, Maryland. This is your chance to win big right in your own backyard. Bet on every sport with self-service kiosks and watch all of the action from the best seat in the house. Make every moment more at the all-new FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel in Hanover. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem? Please call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit mdgamblinghelp.org. The NFL chick Sarita Hubbard joins me for what we believe is going to be the final Project Game Day postgame show of the season, but we don't know that because, of course, who knows what happens in the second half between the Colts and the Jaguars, and obviously here, and then the other two games that matter a little bit later on. But yeah, we'll be with you when it's over, and it'll probably be sort of the swan song and us putting some final touches on the season. But we'll see. We'll see how things play out between now and then. Speaking of playing, if you're not playing Underdog Fantasy Football, you're nuts. It's a lot of fun. I know that the football games as a whole today have apparently not been very good, but I'm telling you, man, there is still money to be made. Probably if you had played a lot of unders, you would have been feeling good about yourself today. You can't bet on your phone or on your app yet in the state of Maryland, or on your computer in the state of Maryland, and it might be a while before you can do that, but you can play Underdog Fantasy Football with the player props, the parlays, the daily, the weekly fantasy games. You feel like you're betting when you play Underdog Fantasy Football, and if you deposit up to $100 and use the code PRESSBOX, we gon' match it with free money for you to play with. Again, UnderdogFantasy.com, or download the Underdog Fantasy Football app and start playing. Use that code PRESSBOX for free money to play with. Almost certain that T.J. Watt will break the record here in the second half. He, of course, tied it in the first half. Almost certain that will occur. What else happens? We'll talk about it when it's over. It's been the Project Game Day